Welcome back to the FlipNerd.com REI Classroom, where experts from across the real estate investing industry teach you quick lessons to take your business to the next level. And now, let's meet today's expert host.
Hey everybody, Jim Huntzicker again, host of the REI Classroom today. And today we're going to cover working with the smaller REO agents in the MLS. This is an absolute gold mine, and it will be your most consistent stream of deals in the MLS if you listen to what I say right now.
This REI Classroom real estate lesson is sponsored by UglyOpportunities.com.
Now, a lot of my students are new to the MLS, and that's I work with a lot of successful investors who come from the private seller market, and they come into the MLS and like, how do you do this? And how they're or I work with brand new investors that have never done a deal, and this works for both of them, by the way. But either way, this is one of your most consistent stream of deals in the MLS period. And so, like, well, how do I meet these guys? Like, how do I, first of all, you can just start submitting offers, and you will meet them that way, legitimate offers, not just like offer bot style offers. But I'll give you a little tip. This is how, if you're new to the MLS, this is how you meet the smaller REO agents, right? You have your agent team member because you need somebody with MLS access. So either you have MLS access, you have an agent team member, or you're licensed or whatever. But you go see the smaller REO agents. By the way, are agents that do no more than 15 or 20 deals a year. Every market. I'm in suburban Chicago. We have like 3 rock star REO agents that do like 600-700 deals a year. They do most of the deals that happen in our market. But every market has a smaller REO agents, that knew somebody at a bank, and they do 10, 12, 15 a year. That's who you're looking for. The larger REO agents you'll never even be able to get a hold of. That's a whole different, there's a strategy there for a different time, but there's a whole different strategy for the larger REO agents too. But the smaller ones, the ones you can actually get on the phone, the ones you can, you let them double on the deal, meaning you let them get both sides of the commission. They're already the listing agent, so they're already going to get paid from the bank, but usually that's not a full commission because the bank really dips into that. But there's usually 2.5 or 3% on the buy side. So if you go see, here's what you do. Here's how you meet them. You go see 3 or 4 of their properties, even ones you're not interested in, like overpriced listings that they just aren't selling. This is ideal. And then when you get the email for feedback, you give them phenomenal feedback. Like, take actual good copious notes when you're at the properties. And you say, look, I love this house. I'd love to buy it, but you're priced at $210. I actually wouldn't be a buyer at more than $130. And here's why. I understand that's not possible, but here's why. It needs $66,000 to rehab it. My holding cost, and I give them legitimate good, because I'm not planning on buying that. All I'm doing is giving him really solid information so that he can take it back to his asset manager and potentially get a price reduction. Now, not for me to even buy it. I mean, maybe I'll be able to buy it down the line, but that's not what I'm doing here. What am I doing here? I'm communicating with a guy I don't know or a gal I don't know. I'm building rapport, because I just gave him really solid information to take back to his asset manager to get a price reduction so that he could potentially sell that. And maybe even to somebody else, not even to me. But the point is, you do that 3 or 4 times, and I wait about a week. Now I've done this about 10 times. And then I call them and say, hey, I saw a couple of your listings last week. I hope you got my feedback. None of those really worked. They were just overpriced for what I do. But obviously, you list properties in the same market that I flip property in. And maybe I could take you out to lunch or buy you a cup of coffee, and we see if there's a way for us to work together. I always let the REO agents I work with double on the deal. So this might be an opportunity for both of us. And I've never had anybody say no to it. And the funny thing is, I have a couple of buddies today that's how I met them. Originally, it's like going back probably 7-8 years, and they don't know I started teaching on this a couple of years ago, and it's funny now they know that's how I met them. But anyway, the point is, it works. I mean, it works, and because they're going to like you already, because you just did them a solid by giving them 4 bits of great information to potentially get a price reduction, right? So that's how you meet them. And then what do? Then you go meet them, or you start buying their properties, and they will bring you properties before they even hit the market, right? Because they're going to double in the deal, of course. So here's how it works. I have about 5 agents do this with me. And they don't always, they know what I buy, they know where I buy. So it doesn't even happen every month. It might happen every 6 months. I get a call from the one guy because he doesn't have that many in my market. One guy calls me every week, but he calls me with a bunch of crap, usually that's overpriced at the beginning, so I can't buy it. But once in a while, they call me and it's like, okay, it's Wednesday. They're like, we have to list this property by Friday, but I know you can pay list price. It's in decent condition. Here's a lockbox code. Go look at it today, and it's Wednesday. I have to list it Friday at noon because they have to list all the properties. But I think you can pay list price, and this bank does not have a first look period. So if you want, if you want to pay the $210 or whatever it's listed for, my average purchase price is around $225. That's why I use those numbers. But If you can pay the 210, then we can just put it under contract. The bank will accept that like this, because especially if you're willing to close in 2 weeks and waive the inspection, which I always do. So they will bring you deals before they even hit the market. And even if they don't bring you deals before they hit the market, like, once you build rapport with these guys, when they see the offer, or you go see their property, like you call them like, hey, I just saw 123 Main Street. I want this house. I saw you listed it, today. I'm there, you're there 2 hours later, 3 hours later, whatever. I can pay full price, and you don't even have to pay full price. And sometimes I even pay over. Right? Or sometimes I offer less. It just depends. I'm not saying you have to pay their list price, but if it's right, then pay it. And there's times I offer over. There's times I offer less. There's times I can't pay anywhere near what they have it listed for because it's way overpriced. So it just depends on where it's listed. But when they call me and they're excited, that means usually the bank let them price it at a good point. The problem we're seeing today, and is that we see a lot of the banks, they got cocky, right? The market's picked up a bit in the past couple of years, so they're not listening to the BPOs anymore. They're going on Zillow. I was told recently that the asset managers are going on Zillow using the Zestimate. Really? But that's true. So the prices aren't always going to be fantastic. But do you know how I get that information? How do I have the information that asset managers are not listening to BPOs and they are actually going to Zillow to get some estimates? And that's how they're, my one buddy said he recommended 179 on a list price, 179, and they listed at 249. 249. His recommended he thought was a little high too at 179. So that's what the banks are currently doing. So I don't always offer, and they don't always call me because obviously he's not calling me on a 249 when his recommended price was 179. I can't pay that, and he knows it. So when you build these rapport with these guys, you build relationships with them, and they will bring you deals before they hit the market. The key is giving them money, right? Giving them money. You're going to give them both sides of the deal. It's totally legit, totally legal. About 5% of the banks do not let the agents double in the deal. They just don't. They can't do it. So you just say, okay, you just put yourself down as the agent then. Like, I'm licensed, so I'm the one that goes down as the agent there. And the great part is all you do is work that into the deal, right? If you have, let's just use 200,000 because it's easy. And the commission was $5,000. Well, if I could pay 200,000 and waive the commission, I could also pay 205 and get a commission, because you know what? It's the same thing. Because all we do is take the 5,000 and put it back in the pot. I don't keep any commissions as an agent because that just goes into the pot for the deal. So now I actually did buy it for 200, even if I bought it for 205. And if I waive the commission and buy it for 200, well, then I buy it for 200. It's the exact same thing. So anyway, I hope you found this information useful. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.
HomeVestors, the We Buy Ugly Houses folks, is a franchise system of hundreds of real estate investors that have purchased over 65,000 houses. If you'd like to learn more about the most powerful real estate investing system in existence, whether you're a pro looking to take your business to the next level, or whether you have no experience at all but a burning passion to be successful in real estate investing, please visit flipnerd.com/ugly to learn more. Please note, the views and opinions expressed by the individuals in this program do not necessarily reflect those of flipnerd.com or any of its partners, advertisers, or affiliates. Please consult professionals before making any investment or tax decisions, as real estate investing can be risky. Are you a member yet of flipnerd.com, the hottest real estate investing social community online? If not, you can join for free in less than 30 seconds and get access to hundreds of off-market deals, vendors in your market to help you in your business. And you can start networking with thousands of other investors just like you. Get your free account now at flipnerd.com. Please check out the Flipnerd family of real estate investing shows, where you can access hundreds of expert interviews, quick tips, and lessons from leaders across the real estate investing industry. They're available at flipnerd.com/shows, or simply search for Flipnerd in the iTunes store.